Hello everyone, welcome back to We're Not Chefs. I'm Stephanie, still not a chef, and in today's episode we are going to get a head start on pumpkin season, and I'm going to show you an easy pumpkin granola recipe. Now you could definitely scarf this granola down yourself morning, noon, and night, or you could give it as gifts for the holiday season. Everyone loves gifts, everyone loves food, so food as a gift, you've got a winning combo. Put it in a cute jar, put a little tag on it, put a little bow on it, and you are set. Now let's not keep our pumpkin waiting any longer, and let's get started. Okay, so the first plan of action is to put all our dry ingredients into one bowl and then all our wet ingredients into one bowl, mix them together, and make some granola magic. So we're starting off with 3 cups of rolled oats. Then we have half a cup to 3/4 cup of pumpkin seeds. And we also have some pecans, half a cup to 3/4 cup of those as well. And you wanna use pieces. I got halves, so I'm just gonna break a couple of them up a little bit so it's more evenly distributed throughout the granola. Then we have half a teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice mix. Now we'll just mix our dry ingredients together and set those aside while we mix the wet ingredients. Okay, now onto our wet ingredients. I have them all lined up here. We have 1 cup of pumpkin, canned pumpkin. Okay, now we have 1/3 cup of maple syrup and 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And with brown sugar, you always measure it packed. So you just kind of smash it into the cup. And we're having a little technical difficulties. There we go. Then we're going to do 1/4 cup of oil. You can use coconut oil. I'm not a huge fan of the taste of coconut or coconut oil, so I'm using olive oil, which does have a lower burning heat. So you do probably want to use a higher burning heat oil. But I think I made this with olive oil last time and it was fine. But another vegetable type oil that has a higher burning point so you don't burn it in the oven. But we'll see what happens with this olive oil, okay? All right, that's 1/4 cup. And then the last bit is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Extra splash for luck because I always double the vanilla in recipes. I won't double it this time, but a little extra touch. All right, now we just wanna mix our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. I'm just going to give my wet ingredients a little whisk, get that sugar dissolved in there first. Give you a little peek. Then I'm just going to pour it into the dry ingredients. And now we'll just mix that up. All right, so this looks pretty well incorporated. I'm going to get a baking sheet and then spread it out over the baking sheet, and I'll show you what's next. Okay, now that we have everything combined, we're just going to put it onto a baking sheet. Some people line baking sheets. I'm not one of those people. I feel like things always come out better when I don't use parchment, so we're gonna experiment together. I'm just going to dump this onto my baking sheet. Once this goes in the oven, I'm going to be mixing it every about 15 to 20 minutes just to make sure it bakes evenly, nothing's burning on the top. And I am just going to make small little clumps with my hands. That's gonna help it clump together when it dries up and then give it more of that granola-y feel as opposed to like a cereal. So it is still pretty wet. This probably could have gone on 2 baking sheets, but who's got time for that? Okay, this is going into the oven at 350 degrees for between 30 and 50 minutes. I'm going to check it every 15 minutes or so and kind of just move it around with a spatula to make sure it's cooking evenly. So into the oven we go. All right, this has been in the oven for quite a while. I gave it maybe 3 stirs after 15 minutes, so it's been in there just under an hour. And then it is a little bit moist when you're stirring, so after it started to get pretty brown, so I wanted to make sure it didn't burn. So I took it out of the oven and I let it sit for 15 minutes, and it did crisp up as it sat and cooled. So even if it feels a little wet when you're stirring it, if it's starting to get too brown and looking like it might burn, go ahead and take it out. So here is our finished granola, all crunchy crispy, and I'm just going to store it in a jar. That way it will stay crisp and fresh. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and share the video. And I hope you have been inspired to get your pumpkin season started a little bit early. See you next time. Bye.